we'll revisit Punjab National Bank. In fact, my colleague Upadhyay will be interviewing the top management. But here's, let's invite Mr. Sanjay Upadhyay, the Director of Finance of Deepak Nitrilite. He's joining us here on ET now. Thank you so much for joining us here on Markets at Noon. I'm Nayantara Rai. So let's get straight down to it. You're seeing a strong start to the financial year, partly aided by favorable base factor and, of course, the shift of production from China, bringing more business for Indian companies. What are the remaining 3 quarters looking like? Can you provide us any guidance on the kind of pricing and volumes we're likely to see from your company?
Hello.
Hi, Mr. Upadhyay. This is Nayantara. If I can be heard, I was asking you, you've had a strong start to the financial year, thanks to the low base effect and the China factor as well. Will the 3 remaining quarters be as good? Can you give us any guidance on volumes and pricing?
Yes, we see that China factor, of course, is giving us a boost in the demand. To take advantage of this, we are expanding the capacities also. We are spending around 70-75 crores for the new capex brownfield project, as well as we see better realization, and on top of it, the weak rupee also helps us in exports, because we are an exporting net exporter, so that helps. So overall, we see a much improved current year. And first quarter, you must have seen, we have delivered a very strong performance. Normally, in our case, what happens, our Q1, Q2, and Q4 is the highest, because of some seasonality. So you will see a much improved performance because we see under the next 3 quarters, much better demand coming in.
Could you also just tell us about the initiatives that are taken for the turnaround performance of the product segment?
So as I mentioned, we have expanded capacity. In fact, we will be commissioning these projects in second half of the current year. So you will see, because the demands are growing, so in Q3 and Q4, these new facilities will also be commissioned. So that also helps us. On top of it, we have taken certain strategic initiatives and cost leadership initiatives. So that also will help in the current year. So in China sector, as you rightly mentioned, this is certainly helping because the prices are going up in the market, and it is across chemical industry. So since we are an intermediate player, our demand also grows if the end product demand is growing.
Right, Mr. Sanjay, thank you so much for taking out time for us and telling us about